been through it. I mean, he won a gold medal with a broken neck. I've broke my neck twice, so I know what it's all about. And,
could you have done that? Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I broke it with Regal the second time. The first time I was playing football. The second time was pro wrestling in WWE. I broke it with doing a Northern Lights with William Regal, and you could go back. It's on YouTube, that match. You'll see I hit the Northern Lights and my leg just goes out straight. And then I remember I just heard sound like fireworks, as much as I dislike fireworks going off, blah! And I was like, oh. And I remember my leg went numb and went out, and then I was like, oh, that's not good. And I finished the match, and I can remember everything you would do. You would put in different submission or like a rear chin type of vice thing. And I remember going, oh, my neck, this just isn't going to bend anymore like that. I don't know what's going on. But when I look at the video, it really wasn't bending, but it just felt like because I broke it. And I actually went home, and back then there was a doctors that would just write you stuff, you go. So I went to this doctor, and I go, yeah, my neck is it was in a little neighborhood, a little shady doctor, you know what I mean. So I go in there, and he's like, okay, David, I'm gonna give you whatever. He's this Indian dude. I'm gonna give you this, and this, and then he whispers in my ear, I really think you should go see a real doctor. There's something seriously wrong. And I'm like, I know. But I didn't. So I went back on the road that week, and I wrestled Midian. I remember I was wrestling Midian, and I said, I called the hip toss or something right out the gate. These are house shows. And he goes, and I go, if I don't kick out, just pin me, because there's something really bad with my neck. I don't know what's going on. And he goes, oh, come on, Dave. I seen you wrestle with the flu and body parts hanging off. He goes, you're going to be fine. I go, no. There's something really not right. I go, this hurts. I can't swallow or anything. So, but my pride and all that, I went through and I finished the match, and I did two more. And then I remember calling, for some reason, I traveled with Benoit and Guerrero, but for some reason I was traveling with Jericho that day. And because they put me on a different loop for some reason. But usually my ride was Benoit and Guerrero. And so I was riding with Jericho, and I remember calling Eddie. And I go, Eddie, my nose is bleeding. I can't swallow. And he's like, Mio, what drugs are you taking? I go, I'm not taking anything. I can't swallow anything. My nose is bleeding. He goes, oh, that's not good. He told me, he says, just make it. He's such a warrior. He's like, just make it. Guerrero, right? Means warrior. And he's such a warrior. He goes, just sleep sitting up so you don't drown in your blood and make it to the TV. He was like, gotta make the TV. You gotta make the TV. So I did that. I sat up in my bed because it hurt so much later on anyways. And I woke up, the whole shirt was just covered in blood. I had a shirt on, and I was like, oh. I showered. When I got to Indianapolis, they were like, there was a doctor there. I went there, and I said, he goes, whoa, man, you need to go to the hospital right now. You want an ambulance? I go, no, I'll go to the hospital. So instead of going to the hospital, I caught a flight and went back home to Florida and went to the hospital. And I got there, and sure enough, my neck was broke and stuff. And I was out a year. That's when I was out for a year.
Did you have surgery for it? Or did
no, they wanted to. They wanted to go in and fuse it all, 3 of the vertebrae, 4, 5, and 6 or something. They wanted to go in, and they could see what had been broke before, and they wanted to do that. And I said I didn't want to do the surgeries because they told me that would be done wrestling, and I'd have to retire. And I didn't want to do the surgeries. And I said, can I do rehab? Go through rehab and try to rehab? And they go, no, you can't. You're not gonna be able to handle that, the pain and stuff. I go, do you know I did this a week ago? I've wrestled on the road. They go, you did? I go, yeah. And they go, well, maybe you can. So I rehabbed it, and I got my movement back. You can see I turn it. But speaking of planes, I can't recline seats like this, or my arms go down. And when I'm riding a motorcycle, I actually need to get handlebars to raise them up here, because when I lean forward, they go numb and stuff. So, but I mean, I just don't do any bridging anymore and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what would you say were the biggest differences between the situation that you went through and Edge? Because his, was career.
Well, he had, I remember the first time he heard it, it was he did a spear or something. It was on the outside of the ring, and he hit a wall. I can't remember what town it was, but I remember they carted him out. And that was the first time he went in an ambulance away. He had a stinger and stuff, but I think it was the start of what was going on. He had the same thing Luna had, that why she quit wrestling, was that narrowing spinal column and stuff. But, fortunately, she didn't have the stem cell research or whatever route he went. I'm so glad he came back. But I know how much that took a toll on her life. Wrestling would be taken away. They said, hey, if you bump one more time, you could be paralyzed, because they're narrowing. So he went through that and he came back. And that's, one of the reasons I'm super, super proud of him. And then he tore his triceps. He still came back. So he's a warrior. So I'm hoping the best with him. And I'm looking forward to the Seth Rollins and match. I think it's going to be tremendous and stuff. So what was the question?
You answered it, Kurt Angle. Yep.
Oh, Kurt Angle, back to Kurt. Yeah. So man. So he won the Olympic gold medal, bro. It's a special individual. I'm not saying I'm special, but he's a special individual, and anybody that competes in the Olympics at that high level of, and there's no cheating. There's no swerve in the drug test. I don't think of the like the U.S. I mean, I don't know what the other teams, but the committee, they have this great committee, and so they can't take anything. So they're legit out there doing it as pure athletes, and that's just amazing. So he's an amazing person. He's done amazing things, and super happy for him. But yes, I think TNA is whatever. To me, it was. I don't know about how he felt about it, but I know that he's just like a WWE guy, and I think he was glad to probably have his last match there and call it that.